Yeah, big welcome to you, Capricorn. The sun has moved into Leo, and it's today, right, where the shift has happened from Cancer, which is a cardinal sign which begins the summer, into Leo, which is a fixed sign and which is more of a fire sign. So now we have the fire, we have the enthusiasm to go and do things, right? This is like now we fix things, we put things into its place, and we start moving things strongly, self-consciously, powerfully into what we want to achieve. Now the sun highlighting, of course, you, the Capricorn, and the moon has moved into Capricorn. And so this combination between Leo, right, the strength card, I was painting last night again, so I'm showing you the beginning of my new card. The old one is here, right, and here I have the beginning of the new card, which of course everything that's white I still have to fill that. But as you can see, I am actually changing already the timeline from spirit to matter and from time to space, that these feel more like a circle, right? Not like a straight line, which we usually forget that actually everything is circular. And so here it feels like, oh, I'm going from here to here, but here it goes like, oh, maybe I come back here, right? And that's what I would like you to feel the same way with this circle. So it's a way, in a way, that it's saying something is in the center that is looking out at these cards and seeing like the sun, you becoming the sun, seeing the sun, how it is in its constellation, and shifting and changing, right? So there's an oxymoron happening while I'm looking at the card. So this is Leo, right? Leo is that passionate energy, and Leo is, of course, highlighting you. So I started both cards to to paint last night, and I was like in it, right? So the moon in Capricorn, which is the dancer for you. By the way, this is Simhasana, the lion pose, where we stick the tongue out and we really like release that roar. Now Capricorn, I painted it different because here this was, a different energy. But as you can see now, again, here is the band, here is Capricorn, here's the center, the 6 dancer poses as a pair, as these 3 stages, because then if you reach this stage, right, because you are attached to the first stage, because major arcana, there's 3 times 7, right? We have 21 cards, and of course the Fool is 0 or 22. Now, the most beautiful thing here is that we have 3 times 7, and you are the last of the 7. You are the 3rd level of where we're going one more time through the 7 stages. And that's where the chaining down here is to the material, is to the earthly, is to the everything that we, as an appearance, right, as an appearance that is holding us in this dimension. And of course you can break free through these 3 stages. So that's what I'm changing here right now. And of course this is the ladder going up through the spine, through the chakras, right, the dancer pose. And as you can see, I'm right in the midst of painting it, and next time, when the next reading, I think I'm gonna have it finished. So it's so exciting. I really love it. I have a new insight, and when I feel that the card is actually really now the way I want it. Now you are a cardinal sign, right? You earth, you the material, you that which we can touch. Saturn is your teacher, is your planet. And of course, the 10th house is the social status. That's why the social status here is almost like on a spiritual or soul level, that we care about our spiritual status as a spiritual teacher, right? So there's different stages through these 3 times 7, and you're in the 3rd, you're attached here in this material level, but you're able to get through by going up into the 3rd eye, and through the 3rd eye you're able, because these are your horns, through the 3rd eye you're able to reach right beyond. That's why they're also always painted spiraling, because it's like this is the energy that the horns are shown. And the head of the devil here is actually your constellation up in the sky, right? As the star when the sun is in your sign. So then, of course, knees, bones, and skin are your body parts. On days like this, we like to eat roots and salty things. And of course, when we have a day like you, the moon in your day, then it's like the cardiovascular system is that which we kind of feel, right? We feel like going for a jog, we feel like going to walk, going out there and do something for the cardio. And of course the Leo is also cardio, right? This lion, he's the heart, the lion heart, that's always called the lion heart, right? He is, of course, very clear here with the cardio also connected. Good. So that's that to you as those things that are making you, you. Now the word that is connected to you is power. It's kind of like this is the overall, and of course Leo is passion. So there is, I'm taking the new ones, there is passion, highlighting power. The power to free yourself and to climb, right? To go up that ladder and to say, I want to be free. I want to be in the 3rd eye. I don't want to be chained up here, right? This doesn't feel good. And of course, that's why they painted it, because it doesn't feel good. But these kind of things exist, right? Out there in life. So the first oracle card that came to you is Lorelei, number 31, the number 4. We calculate it together. If it's a double number, we don't calculate it together. A mermaid holding on to a ship, or is the ship holding on to her? Right? And that's where your attachment comes in. There's an attachment to not things, but people. Or maybe even the idea that you back then were playing with this boat, but there are people inside. Right? So you're holding on to memories, you're holding on, and somehow it lets me know that you are still attached to this dimension, and that maybe you got to free yourself, and the freedom is coming in form of Scorpio, in form of transformation, and of course it's the Death card. And the Death card is here saying not that it's an actual death, but it's a transformation that happens from within, because it's again this child that is holding on to a memory and allowing, of course, the feet are in the water, allowing to transform this in Scorpio to put the feet up, because my card of death is Scorpio, and we put the feet above our head, above our thinking, above everything that we think we can control with the mind, and the feet are intuitive, right? The feet just, they know that's where I'm going, or they feel where is the danger and where is no danger. So you are learning now to put your feet above your head and creating a transformation that is necessary. I cannot say it any other than that. It's necessary to do inversions. It's necessary to bring your feet up above your head, and you let not the thinking take over you, because to come into this position you gotta be very clear. You cannot think about anything, nothing about the past, nothing about an attachment. It's right here, right now, in the present moment. I bring my feet up above my head and I stop thinking, and that's the liberation and the transformation that you need. Now then, a court card comes up, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is an Aries, and the Aries is the head, is thinking, is too much thinking. So it's actually really telling me, yeah, you gotta let go of that thinking. You gotta let go of thinking that you can control things, right? And you as a Capricorn in the power level, you know what this means, right? Of course it can be an Aries that's in your life, and here it's a Scorpio in your life, but this is a soul card, right? Of course this is the constellation Scorpio. This is a court card. This is a human being. This is an Aries in human form. This is the soul, right? So in a way, yeah, the soul speaking to you and saying, hey, transform, change, because you too much in your head. You're too much in this, like, I need to be here in this physical world, because you're a queen too. You're a Queen of Pentacles. Now, what's really, really interesting is that you got another Scorpio coming in court card. So you have a Scorpion as a soul and a Scorpio as a court card, as a human being. So there is a big message here from a Scorpio, and maybe it has to do with the last November, or it will come in this November, right? Now this is Aries. Aries begins, it's a cardinal sign. And Scorpio is a fixed sign, so there is a fixedness in thinking, in being, but you feel it. You feel in your belly that it's something needs to shift, something needs to change. It's this intuition, it's this feeling of like, yeah, I gotta shift something, because this is attaching me too much. It's holding me in a place that I outgrown. You see this here? You, a little girl, and here you are, an outgrown man, holding the ship with his right hand, with his mind, with his clarity, with his brain, and with his left hand he holds his pocket, and here are the sharks in his belly. Right? Here are the emotions, and we feel it. Now, the next step, or the next card, because you gotta let go of thinking that you don't know where you belong to. You can see here these flowers are growing new, but one is still down here, one is still down in the subconscious, and that's the foot that's down here. So what you got to do, go into the inversion, go upside down, really become this position. Teach yourself to do this position, right? It's very difficult. Do it only with a teacher, but teach yourself to get into that position, because that's gonna make you realize, hey, I'm the one that brings myself into a lost situation. Now the 5 is always connected with the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is a spiritual lesson that you learn by really truly letting go, and the 5 is the last. It's like the star, the sea star. It's like that human energy, the head, the 2 arms, the 2 feet, right? It's that last stage in human form where we learn the lesson to go either up or go down. Down, it means we're not going to the first chakra, we're going to the crown. We're going up to Keter, and up is actually going down, because the 10 is the earth, is Malkut in the Kabbalistic tree of life, right? So there's a reversion happening, and it's really important that you are actually doing this reversion, because in the reversion you're gonna see finally clear. This is Libra, right? This is a queen again. So you have help. You have a queen of wands and a queen of swords. So these are women that you can trust because they are here. They are maybe also the ones that help you to get through this, right? And help you to evolve, because sometimes we need reflection. We need someone to look at ourselves and be like, hey, yeah, I gotta shift, I gotta change. Now, after comes then the liberation. So you see then clearly when you do the upside down, you have your feet up in the air, then you can see, that you can liberate yourself, because this is Sagittarius, and that's Mercury in Sagittarius. And this, the 5 is also Mercury in Taurus, right? So Mercury in Taurus and Mercury in Sagittarius. So there is, Mercury is the messenger, right? There is this message that when you go upside down, when you release, then you up, in a way, you're liberating your head, and you can see freely, and the message will come to you. Very strong, very powerful, and then you liberate it, then you can fly, right? So this is the right side. This is the side that says, okay, let go of the masculinity, let go of the mental thinking. And the left side is saying, okay, feel your guts. And in your guts, you want to go up, you want to fly, you want to be liberated. That's your intuition telling you, yeah, I want to be free. In the center, you have like a timeline. It's almost like you are maybe holding also on to these two people, right? They're here in this boat, and they're still maybe controlling you, right? That could also be. I mean, you can read it in so many different ways, but of course I have to choose one in the end, and that's making sense to the rest of the cards. So I feel like, I always see the positive. I see like that these are people who want to help you, right? I mean, she's holding on as well to this flower. She's holding on to looking at things, right? So here is a holding on in the center, and the holding on sometimes in the spiritual level is like holding on to a spiritual status, right? A spiritual status, because the Aries likes to be in a spiritual status, high, really high, and she too, right? They're all kind of queens. I mean, they have their spiritual status established. So maybe you are holding on to a spiritual status, and you gotta liberate that. So let's see where you're flying to. Oh, the Lovers, look at that. So this is the only card that I haven't seen, because that's a surprise I want to get. And you're flying in love. You want to fly in love. You want to be, first of all, in a self-love, right? Here you have the blue jay. Interesting enough, in the German reading, there was, in the oracle card, was freedom. Also the number 4. And it was also blue jay in there. But she also is getting wings, so you're liberating yourself, you're freeing yourself. Gemini is a liberation, is a freeing of all the stuff. And so you want to fly in love, you want to go up into the air. It's an air sign, you're an earth sign. And the warm air, right, the sun, the hot air is highlighting you, the moon, in the earth energy, in the earth, then is flying up, right? The fire is giving the earth the energy to fly, and then you can be up here, and you see that. When you're in your center, you can see that. When you liberate yourself, you see that. When you let go of the head, when you let go of, okay, I am a queen, I am, etc., right? Then you can liberate yourself, and then you can become so much more, right? So we have 2 major arcanas, we have 3 court cards, and we have pentacles, and we have wands. So we have a little bit of everything. We don't have water. We have water, the King of Cups, right? But this is really, really interesting. We have air, we have fire, we have earth, and we have water. So here it's very interesting that you really are learning to listen to your guts, right? Transforming, shifting from maybe also a person that has hold you, controlled you, or even your own control. In the end, we cannot blame people anymore, right? It's finished. It's like, okay, whatever happened, that's your lesson. And that's always what the 5 is about, a lesson learned. You got to come into this empowerment. You got to see, yes, the head is there to think, but not to overthink. The head is here to see the future now, right? To see that I am flying and flying in love, or going deeper in love, right? Because that's also what Scorpio is about. To release. This is an orgasm. This is sexual energy. Always Scorpio's sexual energy. And of course Aries is like then letting go of the thinking in the sexual energy. So maybe there's an attachment back then to a time where your sexual energy was different, and you still attached to back then how you had your sexual energy, right? You're attached to a person that has given you that sexual energy back then. And of course here, these 3, you can see that when you go upside down, right, let go of your feet, right here, of course this, right, then you're up with your subconscious, in a way, you're up again in seeing truly with the body, knowing with the body that now there's a time that you're flying again in love with yourself, right? And of course it can be a partner. It can be a Scorpio, it can be an Aries, and it can be a Libra, that you're falling in love with these either one of these people, right? Or you are falling in love with yourself, right? In the end, she becomes like a bird and he becomes like a human, right? So we want to open ourselves up again to that. And it's like you see that, right? You see that this is coming. I'm not gonna look what's underneath. I don't know why, but but I have to show you. Knight of Cups, love, right? So there is, again, of course, this is a Pisces. Now you also have a Pisces, emotions, right? Pisces. And of course, I think I have to keep it because a fish, half fish, right? So you do want to fall in love. You do want to feel that this love is not attaching you, but this love is freeing you, that this love is giving you the liberty that petite mort, la petite mort in French, the little death, that what the orgasm is called, gives. You want to release. You want to be free, right? You want to release your head. And you want to go deep down, dive deep down into your belly. You want to go deep into the love. And you don't want to feel poor and not knowing where you belong to, right? You want to know with whom you are together. You want to belong to a person, right? So that you can see clearly into the future and even rise, right? That's what hot air does with us. The balloon can only go if there's hot air, and hot air is here, right? We have hot air so that we can fly up in love, and then our heart is open. Then we are clearly in love, deepened the love, and have matured from this girl to a knight. Have matured, right? Have found the path, have found the flower, have found that openness that we need when we open ourselves sexually, right? And openness, that's not, right, putting you in a weird space, right? Negativity, or in a place where you feel like, okay, I don't know. And they look very similar. You see that? They look very similar, these two. So she's looking down and she knows she still has something attached, right? And releasing that, freeing yourself, and then become the Knight of Cups, which is Pisces, right? Releasing, being not attached, but being free, and now chanting with the heart, singing with the heart. Maybe singing would be very good, right? Whistling, singing, right? That's your work. This summer, this is what's highlighting you, right? The passion, and of course the passion, yes, of the sexual energy, right? The passion of an Aries. They're very sexual, very sexual. Even Tantra. I even talk about something that the Tantric energy says, that in this Tantric energy you want to go deep, deep down, deep down. And that's when you are able to release, right? And that's able when you free yourself and see again clearly, oh, wow. Oh, I get it, right? I get it. There's a self-love with my partner within this relationship. There can only be self-love that then makes the heart sing. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful reading. Anyway, so I hope I see you in the next reading, right? That's then in a month again, when the sun is in the Hermit in Virgo. And let's see what the universe is talking to you then in that combination. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.